everyone. I have some bottom surgery updates. So the letter that I talked about in my previous video was approved, and I got an email from the person who wrote the letter saying, "Hey, I sent it," and within a couple of hours, I got a call from Montreal saying, "We got the letter. It's been approved. You're good to go for surgery." Um, and the woman who I've been dealing with from Montreal, as always, very lovely, very, very nice and understanding. And she's just like, "I know this has taken so much longer than it should have, and I'm really sorry for that." And I said, "No worries, it's not your fault. Thank you for being so helpful this whole time and really keeping me up to date on their end." Um, and so she just said if their clinic needs anything else from me, they will let me know. She said within a couple of days, I'll get a call from their scheduler to book a consultation. Because it's bottom surgery, their clinic requires an in-person consultation, which means I have to go to Montreal. So I had no idea about the timelines that their schedules were working on. No clue. I just knew I'd be getting a call soon. I got a call about 4 days ago now, so it was like 3 or 4 days after the initial call saying I was approved. Um, and the scheduler goes, "Okay, so I have a time next week. I've got a couple days the week after," and she starts like naming all these dates. I went, "Okay, hold up. Yeah, I'm coming from Ontario, and I need to get a lot of stuff prepared before I can just go to Montreal." So I was like, "What do you have in January? Because that gives me 2 months." So I booked consultation for January 2018. So yeah, I really, really appreciate this 2 months because I have a whole list of things that have to get done. I have to book the time off work. I have to get my ID so I can get a credit card so I can book the train and the hotel. I need to figure out who's coming with me for this consultation, and yeah. Also, I need to formulate any questions that I have for the surgeon because I'll be meeting with the surgeon and the pre-op team. They said they're going to do a test on my arm. She said it's not going to hurt, but didn't specify what the test was. She just said they have to make sure that my veins and my nerves and everything are good to actually use for phalloplasty. They also need to check if I will need to have laser hair removal or electrolysis or whatever to get rid of my hair on my arm. Um, which I do foresee happening. I would be shocked if they said I did not need to have the hair removed on my arm, but we'll see. Anyway, so I took the first step already in that I went to get my ID. In Ontario, we have this thing, it's a photo ID card that you can get if you don't have a driver's license. Um, it's like $35. I've made a video talking about it before. I think it was the gender marker changing video or something along those lines. I've not legally changed my gender marker, and I had called the Ministry of Transportation like last year or really early this year, asking if they could put mail on my ID when I went to get it, and they said to like fax the special inquiry unit and get them to write me a letter and all this BS that I didn't want to do. So I just didn't. I just took my birth certificate, health card, which both clearly say female on them, to Service Ontario and filled out the thing for the ID. And when I looked at the paper that the woman gave me that shows me what information is going to be on the ID card, she had put male as my sex. So either she noticed and just decided to go for it, or didn't notice, which is probably more likely. People don't tend to notice unless I point it out. So anyway, that all worked out. So my ID will say male, which is perfectly fine because that's the only ID I'll ever show anybody. My health card only gets seen by medical professionals, and my birth certificate only gets seen by Service Ontario people when I go for documentation reasons. But if you want to know my feelings about changing my gender marker legally and haven't seen my video on it already, please go check that out. My feelings have not changed from that video. So I just wanted my ID that people are going to be seeing to say male or nothing at all. I didn't want it to say female because I just don't need that hanging over me. Um, I'm just worried about, you know, everything and anything happening because of that same female. Um, but anyway, that is all behind me. It's all good. It is going to work out, and I didn't have to do anything. So I just didn't say anything and hoped for the best, and it worked out. So the ID will be coming in the mail within 2 to 3 weeks, they said. As soon as I get that, I have to get a credit card, um, so I can book like a hotel or something and a train to get there. Um, yeah, so I got to call my bank and call the person who told me to call them when I want a credit card. So I will do that and book an appointment with them so that as soon as I get my ID and I can go and start that process and get that ready. I also need a cell phone because I don't have a cell phone. I have not had a cell phone in years and years, and the one I did have, I didn't want in the first place, so I got rid of it. I don't like cell phones, but for safety reasons and just like it would be really stupid to go out of the province without a cell phone by myself. So yeah, I need a cell phone. And yeah, then I also just have to find a hotel and book the train and everything like that. I need to find out who is coming with me. Um, I want one person to come with me, whether that be my mom or my sister or somebody. I don't know who yet, but I just need someone to go with me. There's no way I am doing all of this alone. I do not like taking the city bus in my city, which is the same bus I take every week. I don't like doing that. There is no way I'm taking a Go bus and the Via Rail and going to a hotel, which I've never been to a hotel before. I've never been on the train before. Um, Never been on the Go bus. Never been in a taxi. I've never done any of this stuff before. I have not left Southern Ontario ever in my life. So all of this is a lot. On top of that, this is going to be like the biggest surgery ever. So this is a lot of stress. I'm actually not stressing out as much as I thought I would be, but I have 2 months to prove myself wrong on that. Yeah, if you've been to the GRS clinic and you've stayed in Montreal in a hotel or anything like that, there is a bed and breakfast that they recommend staying at. However, it is not, they said that it's not close to the office, which is where I go for my consultation. They said I would have to take a taxi because it isn't close to the office. And I don't want to take a taxi. I'm trying to figure out basically options money wise and also just like transportation wise. What is the most feasible and best option um, for going to this consultation? If you have any tips, if you have any places that you stayed, if you've been to the GRS clinic, if you have any information at all that will make this trip easier on me, please, please, please let me know. Um, I'm doing this by myself. Nobody is helping me. I am just trying to do it. And I, like I said, never traveled in my life. So it's a lot. Um, yeah, but I'm glad I have this 2 months to just get everything ready and really, really think about what I want to ask the surgeon about this surgery because this is like major. So yeah, as much as it pains me to wait 2 more months because I've already waited like a year and a half already to try and get this all started, 2 months is nothing at this point. And I really, really need this time to like prepare myself for traveling. Honestly, I am a million times more nervous about the travel than I am about this consultation. So, yeah. Again, any tips, anything, please let me know. As far as the letter goes, so I got a copy of the letter that was sent, the referral letter to the clinic. It cost me like $10 for them to write it for me, which is fine. Um, and I went to pick it up and pay for it. Uh, and I had somewhere to be after that, so I was waiting um, for my meeting that I had to go to start, and I was just like reading the letter um, by myself in a hallway. And it's like 3 pages long, and I read it, and I almost started crying in public. Um, Something about that letter just like really, really made it all real. Because up till now, like I've never had anything like that. I didn't have like a formal, you're diagnosed with gender dysphoria, you're signing papers to go on T. I didn't sign any papers ever for anything. For surgery, I did, but like, I never got letters or any kind of like written stuff from doctors before or anybody about my transition. And this letter was personal to me because it had my stories and my things that I had said in that counseling session, you know, to write this letter. And just having that all written there by someone saying, like, yes, like he's ready for this surgery. Yes, this is something that is going to happen. Um, all just made it really real. And I almost started crying, but like a good crying. Like I was so happy. Um, and I haven't felt that way in a really long time about my transition because I just don't get those moments anymore. Um, because things have slowed down. I mean, they're about to pick up again, obviously, with this surgery, but like things have been slow for a while now, transition wise. So I haven't had one of those moments. It felt like the moment when I opened my first binder that I got, or, finally made the payment for top surgery and knew it was happening. Like, it just was a moment of like, this is really real now. Um, and in that moment, I had already known that I was approved for surgery because I'd already got a call that the letter had been approved. I just had to go pick up my copy of the letter. Um, so reading that, knowing I was approved, and having that all sink in that one moment while I was reading that letter, just like really, really stuck with me. Um, and like I haven't been that happy in a really long time. Um, this couldn't have all happened at a better time. I was really going through something in another aspect of my life that was really upsetting, and this all just kind of brought me back to reality in like there are other things to focus on than the negative things that are happening, and this is really important and really exciting. As scary and terrifying and awful travel and surgery and stuff are, like I'm really excited for this. This is something that I've wanted for a really long time, and I'm really really happy that this is finally, you know, kind of getting in motion again. Um, yeah, thank you for listening to my rambling. Again, anything that will help me with traveling to Montreal, please let me know. It would make my life so much easier to just have some input from other people. Yeah, thank you for watching. I will keep you guys updated if anything changes or happens or whatever. Definitely, I will update after the consultation happens. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.